Hey, 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 mighty pals. Jennifer Mighty Marketing Mojo, and here with a bit of a hot take about email and email marketing. Do the numbers matter? Do your numbers matter? Are you obsessed with looking at the size of your list or your email community? I prefer community over list, but I do still sometimes say list. And if numbers don't matter, what does? And results matter. I'd say results matter. And yes, I'm a little bit conflicted here, and I'm going to talk possibly two different sides of the stories of do numbers matter or do they not? And so what are we looking at? We should be looking at quality of community, engagement, relationships, trust, people, targeting segments. And part of this also figures all into, well, you need to even email more than you probably are. So look, I get it. You are a coach, you're a business coach, you're a parenting coach, you're a life coach, a health and wellness coach, you're an author, you're a course creator, and you've been told, including by people like me, that email marketing matters a whole lot, that it is still the asset that you own, that it's highly cost effective, has a high return on investment, all of those things. So you're out there and you're growing your email community. And then growing can get a little addictive. It's a little bit like gambling. And then too often we get obsessed with the numbers. We go bigger, 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 we hear. And you can't do this and you can't do that until you get to a certain number. Okay, I'm going to talk BS about that in a second. Now, do I look at my numbers? Well, hell yeah, I do. I mentioned it in the last video. I'm looking at a screen right now that says how much my email community has grown since I really went all in on focusing on it only 3 years ago. Three years ago in January of 2019. I also do not look at the numbers obsessively. And more importantly, I cherish every person in my email community. They are people. I mean, I'm really hoping there's not a lot of bots on my list, but it happens. But I cherish the people that are in my community. And when I write emails, I'm writing emails to people. There are humans on the other end of my email. You, my mighty pals, are not a number. You are Fran and Sandy and Terry and Tish and Erica and John and Mohammed and so many more of my mighty pals who open and click and read and reply to emails. I'm writing to you. You're not a number. I've also learned over the time and from having built other lists, and I told you the story of I did all the things, I ran webinars, I built up a list in my other business, my consulting business, and they liked the emails that I sent, but they weren't the right people for me and for that business. They were awesome people, but they weren't the right people. And I really hope that as I put out gifts, as I do webinars, as I do courses, and as I grow the Mighty Marketing Mojo community, that I have more of the right for me people in my community, which is another reason why I no longer cry so much and I don't, sweat every single person who unsubscribes. A coach once said, bless them and release them. I wish them the best. It's not the right fit. Cool. Great. Go on. Have a great life. I hope you and wish you much success, in all honesty. I care more now that I have a targeted and engaged community, whether that's you, my pals here on Facebook and YouTube, or my wonderful people in my email community, because I know that's actually more valuable to that thing that matters, results. I know that encouraging someone to go from a new email subscriber to being a fan, to being somebody who opens and reads, somebody who clicks, and to becoming a loyal client or customer is a matter of trust, not a matter of numbers. Now, I told you I'm a little bit of a split mind, and I'm going to be talking both sides here about numbers and do they matter or do they don't. So I absolutely believe we can and we should and we must build connections, and we must make relevant offers to our email communities right from the very start. Right from the very start when we first connect. None of this waiting for 30 days or 90 days to have this long nurture sequence because somebody told you have to nurture, nurture, nurture before you ever sell anything. Do I think you need to nurture and build up a relationship and trust? Yes. Do I think you need to do it over 30 to 90 days? Hell no. You also don't have to wait. Now, and I got some great advice, and I understood where this person is coming from. That they're talking about how you couldn't sell certain things, or you couldn't really work on scaling your business until you got to that magic 1,000 number. And I think some people interpret that as I can't sell anything. I can't make an offer. I can't have a course until I hit 1,000. And they're like, oh my God, how am I ever going to get to 1,000? Because they're obsessed with the numbers and there's a drip, drip, drip of organic growth in their list. Or they obsessively go out and look at them like, I'm at 3,000, I'm at 5,000. I'm like, oh, how many thousand did I bring in this month from an event? See, I told you, it's complicated. My feelings on this matter are complicated, and so probably are yours, and that's okay. I also get that pure math means that it is easier to scale to get to that magic passive recurring income where you create a course and it's self-study and it kind of almost sells itself, and you've got printables and you've got worksheets and all those sorts of things are happening, and you're making the ka-ching of PayPal in the middle of the night. The math says that happens more when you've got more people in your community, because the conversion of 2% out of 200 is a lot different than 2% of 2,000. So it does become easier to sell a course and a workshop and that passive and recurring income when you have more people to talk to in your email community. And but until we're there, you should, maybe even you must be working in small groups, working one-to-one with people. Now I get it, that's whole like, oh my God, there's only so many hours in the day. But how do we refine our messages? And I'm telling you this not just from what I know from the experts, but my own experience. That you refine your message and you know what the special sauce is that you bring into the world in your community, and you can articulate that in your emails and your social media posts and everything else and in your one-to-one conversations when you've had success doing it. Usually one-to-one, in small groups, working with clients, getting testimonials. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I don't need a 6-module course. I need this one thing. We're going to teach this one little thing. It's like why I'm going to probably go back and redo the modules from my hell yeah, you can start your email course. I ran it live. It's great content. The videos are too damn long. So we're going to break it up. We're going to chunk it down. It's also why do I love the challenge, the Write Your Damn Emails challenge that I'm going to run in January? It's 30 days. We get to take a little piece at a time. And that it can absolutely work whether you are writing to 5 people on your list, 50, 500, or 5,000. So I know it can be done, that you can go out and make offers and make email marketing successful and money making for you, even when you have small lists. Hell, there's a lot of people who would say that no matter how much I've grown my list and the 2,000 plus contacts that have come through my list, and however 1,500 something, many of them are active right now, that's still small potatoes. It's a small list. Feels like a lot of mighty people to me. So I know too many people who've done this to discount it, to say, nope, you can't sell a damn thing until you get to 1,000. And I also do know the power of when you get to, say, 1,000, that it makes it easier to sell other things. But for today, I want you to throw the numbers to the side. I want you to throw them to the side, because if you even have one person in your email community, you are an email marketer, and it is time for you to act like it, which means it's time for you to write and send emails. And yes, keep growing your community. Keep doing the things you're doing. And part of this ties into the whole like email versus social media, and email may feel less popular or trendy these days. It doesn't have the same two-way conversation that potentially we're having. And the folks that are watching this now, hey folks, and the folks that are watching this on the replay, hey you folks too. But email engagement feels like it's one way, but people do reply. People are reading, they are taking action, and you can certainly do things to encourage more interaction, running surveys, asking for replies. A lot of that social media interaction is giving a false impression of participation and engagement versus email. Let's face it, a whole lot of people in larger social groups are lurkers more than they're active participants. And honestly, the same thing is true for your email community. And that's okay. A small portion of your list is going to be really active readers, your most loyal fans, my mighty pals, the ones who click and the ones who buy. But, and this is where the part where numbers tied to results, that even if you only have 10% of a well built, engaged, targeted email list responding to any of your offers as you build and as you grow, well, that can still be a significant return on your time and your investment. It behooves you to grow a more engaged email community so you can have those connections, because what matters more than the pure numbers? Know, like, and trust. So I get when you're first starting off and it feels like you're talking into the vacuum of space of email, and everyone tells you that you have to build your list and everyone's talking about list size. It's with good intent, but let's not get obsessed about the numbers. Let's think more about, do I have the right people? Am I offering the right freebies? Am I sending emails that connect with people? And if people leave, it's okay. They weren't the right people. Keep talking, keep being you. So that's part of the results. That's part of results come from people know, like, and trust us. And I've had all of these conflicting thoughts, and I've thought the same things, and I've had the same worries that you have. And I have worked hard to grow my email community, and I have succumbed to those moments of obsessively checking stats. But I mattered more in terms of right now about target and engaged, and why I'm going to work in 2022, not just on writing emails, but making sure those emails actually get delivered. Because the right people, you, my mighty pals, matter more than just having lots of pals and lots of people. Targeted and engaged is more valuable to my business. It's a lot more fun to engage with, too. So you want the folks who are interested in what you say, what you teach, what you offer, who then click and buy. Know, like, trust leads to try, buy, and repeat. And that's what you need to be building on. And that's one of the things that I want to focus on in the email challenge in January, is about helping you find your voice. And for some people, that may mean that the way you write and what you write turns other people off. And okay, if those weren't the people who knew you, liked you, and trusted you, they weren't going to buy. And maybe you don't want to be giving certain things away in giveaways because you don't want the freebie seekers. You want people who are actually interested in you and your message and the results that you bring. I want us to work in the challenge on finding your voice, on getting into the habit of writing, because the other thing is that even if you have a list and you're still growing it and it's not huge, and that's okay, when you email more often, you have more opportunities to engage with them. You have more opportunities to build, know, like, and trust. You have more opportunities to make relevant offers. If you only email once a month, the math says it's more likely that somebody's going to miss your email than they are that are going to click on your email. At the same time, no, I don't think you have to email every day. You don't have to email multiple times per day. I'm about to unsubscribe from lists of people who are lovely and talented and very brilliant and who email me too often. So let's, in the challenge, find what that consistency means for you. Your voice, your style, your consistent, mighty marketing habits, your email mojo. I know the power of this challenge. If you've got questions about the challenge, drop me a comment. I will come back. I'll get back to you. Definitely check out the link to check out the challenge. And that you want to make sure that you use code ACTION30 because that's going to save you $30 before Sunday night, December the 19th. The challenge kicks off January 1st. You get your first email January 1st with tips and inspiration and to get you excited. Our kickoff call is Monday, January 3rd. Twice a week coaching calls and group brainstorming. I'm even going to get you into some small groups so that you can talk amongst each other, that you can brainstorm, that you can figure out ways to apply the various ideas and writing prompts that I'm going to give you, how they fit your business. Because maybe there's going to be a little tweak for if you're a wellness coach versus if you're a business and mindset coach. Maybe there's going to be a little tweak that you make if you are selling things on Etsy versus you're in the printables sort of business. And those two things maybe actually be the same. All different types of people that are in my community and friends that you may know, bring them in. You want them in this community. You want them in this challenge. You want to kick off 2022 with the best business building habit I know. That's an email, writing and sending habit. Write, engage with your community, find out what they want and need, deliver what they want and need through your valuable information and your offers, and then results. Results will come from that know, like, trust rather than just a pure accumulation of numbers. I hope to see you inside the challenge. If you've got any comments or questions, drop them for me below. In the meantime, go write an email. You've got this. Be sure to check your email. I sent you a free writing prompt today, Mighty Pals. Have a great weekend.